Have you ever been scammed on Facebook when it comes to house cleaning? So, in this episode, we're going to talk about Facebook scams when it comes to house cleaning. There are actually tons and tons of scams going on when it comes to home services. Whether you're a home service business owner, like how many of us owners get spammed like 5 times a day that our Facebook accounts are going to be shut down, to phishing for us to send them our bank account information and then they're going to send us a check. But that's when it comes to the owner side. But I want to talk about the people currently looking for house cleaning on Facebook. And they're being scammed because they're paying money, homes are not being serviced, bad quality work. And I want to talk about how can you avoid Facebook scams when it comes to getting your home clean. So whether you're looking for a plumber, electrician, an HVAC company, or a house cleaning company, or even lawn care, this is going to help you figure out how to watch for people that are legitimate companies. So these could be scammers, or these could just be people that are operating illegally that are scamming people out there right now. So I'm going to walk you through some things to look for when it comes to looking for a home service company. And I'm going to really talk about cleaning today. So I'm in tons of Facebook groups. I'm a cleaning business owner. I have my house cleaned professionally by my own company, but I have a house in Georgia that's cleaned by a professional company because I don't have a company up there yet. But I'm going to talk about some things to look for as the consumer, as the customer, because this can get really, really scary. We're letting people into our houses and we have to make sure that we trust or that these are legitimate companies in case something happens. We're not just at jeopardy of losing a couple $100s for the cleaning, but we're also at jeopardy of potentially allowing our home or exposing our home to risk, whether something gets damaged, whether it gets something stolen. And so we have to make sure that we are making sure we're covering ourselves and we're not just looking for the cheapest solution out there. Because at the end of the day, we get what we pay for. We do. And so we can't be upset if we paid $200 for a $500 or $600 service and then it didn't work out. And it's not that going the cheapest route isn't always the best route, but neither is the most expensive. So I'm going to talk you guys through something. I'm going to share my screen. This was a real scenario that happened in a Facebook group. I took screenshots of, and I'm going to share and walk through what to look for when it comes to home services. So I'm going to share my screen. That way you guys can get a look. I've covered up the name of the cleaning business to just so that I don't want to get a bad rap for my name too. But here are some things to look for. And some things to look for is, because if you can really tell up top, one thing to look for. Now, we're going to get into a couple things, like look at your state, look at your county. A lot of email addresses. Let's just go with email addresses. So when you're really, you've legitimized yourself as a business, the majority of professional businesses have professional email addresses. That's like the first and easiest thing to look for. What does that mean? That means it's at mybusinessname.com. So when I first started Organize It, I was one of them too. I had a free Gmail account. So it was organizeitswfl@gmail.com. And as I grew beyond myself, I legitimized my business. I became more professional. We got all the legal stuff in place. Now, because we have to pay for these email addresses. It is info@organizeitswfl.com or organize it, or it's info@organizeit.services. So it means at the company web domain.com. So if it's at Gmail, that is a free Gmail, right? So that's just the first thing to say. It's like, that's a good sign of owner, independent contractor, solopreneur, not necessarily a legitimate professional business yet. They're up and coming. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just a first sign to know that. The next thing to look for, to just quickly tell if they're a professional business, this is a actual Facebook profile, because you can see they have 472 friends, and we have 3 mutual friends, which is interesting, but they're not a Facebook page, right? A business page. This is a free profile. Like we all have our personal profiles, like Libby DeLucian. So this isn't a business page. That's number 2 to look for, right? And then the third thing to really look for is I actually clicked the link. And one thing to share is that when you click that link, the email address is, or I'm sorry, the domain isn't valid. It is not a valid domain registry. So that is not an active email. It went to this is not an active site website. So if you're starting to look for house cleaning, make sure that you're not seeing these signs, right? Free email account. It's on a personal Facebook page. The website isn't even an active website. That should be a huge red flag. It's not even an active website. It goes to nowhere. So just these are things that you can look at and take them in about 30 seconds and say, okay, there's one, there's another one. Let me click this link. That's another one. Besides, what happened is this cleaner gave a steal of a deal, and the homeowner was like, oh, wow, that's a great deal. I'll take it. But at the end of the day, it didn't work out well for this homeowner. So those are just some really quick things. Some other things you can do is look up your county and state license. So I did look up this person in Florida, and she does have a Florida LLC, but it's registered in Tampa, and this happened in Fort Myers. And so I was like, okay, she does have a registered LLC, but she is a Tampa-based company. I said, that's kind of weird. So let me look at the county. So this took me a total of 1 minute to look up. So again, protecting our homes, protecting our investment in these services. I looked up the Lee County, because this is where this happened, Lee County tax, I think it's the Lee County Tax Assessor's Office, and they do not have a registered county license to do business in Lee County. So she can't do business in this county. She's not supposed to, at least legally. So these are some things to look at. You can look up your state. It's on a website. You just Google the name of the business, and you can look up also your county office. These, if you want to go deeper than just beyond the email address, the Facebook page or profile, not a page, and the website not working, go to your state and county. They've made this so easy now with the wonderful world of the internet. But these are some things to just check on. If it sounds too good to be true, it is too good to be true. Like that's just the realization. So here, I looked up the business taxes here, and where it says, this is her name. Again, I'm trying to keep everything confidential. I'm not showing the name, but it says there is no account. They do not have a Lee County business tax account to operate in Lee County. So that's just another red flag. Again, they do have a state license. I did check that, and that's great. Some other things you could ask for is their liability insurance. Do they have liability insurance? If they don't, you're assuming all liability. Are they paying workman's comp? If they don't, you're assuming all liability when someone gets hurt in your house. Are they bonded? If not, you're assuming all liability if something gets stolen. So these are just some things you can ask for. And then ultimately, it got pretty nasty on Facebook, to the point of this person posted this publicly. I have removed all their names, so I'm not showing anybody's names. But, when you're dealing with professional companies, you're getting a level of service that is just not this, right? Never in a million years would anyone in our office say that your house was messy. It was, your house was a mess. And then she just said, I flat out tell everybody that she lied just to make the lady feel good. You're getting a level of service, because what happened was she posted this on Facebook because she's trying to find this person. They've disappeared off the face of the earth. And she's trying to find this person. And that's why she posted that page, and she posted a whole bunch of other threads of communication. But ultimately, she's trying to find this person because the person took the money and didn't do the job or finish the job properly. So, when you're dealing with a professional service, we have schedulers, we have a sales team, we have a customer service team that make sure things get done properly, because we want to protect the integrity of our business and the relationships we've made locally. At Organize It, that we have over 500 Google reviews, and they're like, I think we're at 4.9. I'm like, we want to be perfect, but we're almost there. And I'm not saying we don't make mistakes. We do. We're human. Like, we're not going to get every speck of dust out of the house. We're going to miss a couple spots. But the difference is, when you call our office, you can get a hold of us, and we go back and we make it right. That's the difference. The difference isn't that we don't make mistakes. So again, when you're looking, whether it's HVAC, plumbing, lawn care, do your homework. There are so many businesses that try so hard to run legitimately, to run legally. And when you're the consumer and we're just worried about cost, it can be, you can lose at the end of the day, right? When it's always about cost, us people that are trying to run the businesses legitimately and legally, it does cost us a little bit more money. That's why we're more expensive. I did a YouTube video on the price difference between a solopreneur and a professional company, and I'll make sure I link that in this in the blog and in the video comments, so that you guys can take a look at that, because I did a topic on the difference between pricing. Now, this one was, how can you tell quickly if this is a professional company, if this is a company I could trust? I didn't even get into, go look at their Google account, go look at their reviews, because there were so many red flags on that first picture that I showed. So many red flags that, so many red flags on this. I knew in 10 seconds what was going on. Again, email address. It's a personal Facebook page. And when I clicked the website, I was kind of like, oh yeah, she just kind of got taken advantage of, the customer. And sadly, this customer was at the hospital. Her husband was in the hospital. She couldn't go home. She couldn't meet them because he was in ICU. And this person sadly got taken advantage of. So hopefully, this is helpful. Hopefully I can prevent this from happening from someone else. But at the same time, the price was too good to be true, and it ended up to be true, that the price was too good to be true. Price is only an issue in the absence of value. So we need to make sure that we're doing, as professional companies, we're doing a great job of creating value for our customers. But as the consumer, we need to make sure we're not just looking for price. We're looking for that protection of a professional company. Again, my name is Libby with Organize It, and we are the most organized cleaning company in the world. Have an amazing day, guys.